guys? Welcome to the Uncensored
What is going
podcast.
on?
Max, look at the fucking camera.
I'm definitely not on my phone. What are you talking about?
Biscuit finally came back. Everybody's mad at you.
Sorry.
What is up, guys? Today we have some interesting topics to talk about. Starting with Atlanta. I went and got Wendy's today to support a business that got burnt down. You know?
Yeah.
Not just being the big
my
gay.
monitor over.
I will tell you what,
Oh my
though.
God.
Fuck Chick-fil-A. Fuck fucking Popeyes. Wendy's actually has one of the best chicken sandwiches I've ever had.
I got to agree with that one.
That one is it is delicious.
Wendy's is really good in general.
I've never had a Wendy's chicken sandwich.
It is really good, yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, we're good. I just want to make sure all the audio is good. We're fine.
Yeah, because I do that too.
How's everybody in chat doing?
We came up in a Google search. I'm pretty happy about that one.
Well, clearly better now that they're at the
All right.
podcast.
Yeah, right.
If anybody said hi to me in chat, I'm sorry I didn't see it. Hi Diva, what's up? I was late because I was putting an
Being
air
a good
conditioner in my
person.
grandfather's window upstairs.
Yeah, he was being a good person.
Exactly.
We hate good people.
I can't let my elderly grandfather sit there in the heat. Like,
what do you guys think of the new layout? We got rid of the Discord window after some people told us they didn't really like it. I think it looks pretty good, clean. The chat.
I think it'd look a lot cleaner if the top left was removed.
Not showing up. That's weird.
Diva. But yeah, Max, we're a work in progress. We're doing our thing.
I'm gonna fix the chat window real quick, guys.
No, but Biscuit, just the whole top left area, like the top fourth left, just that and that face right there should be removed.
Yeah.
There's always a technical problem. We're getting the chat back up, guys. We're getting it. I'm working. Tech guy Josh. Boom. And of course, everything wants to move around. We're having
I see that.
an amazing
It's all
time.
good. Eating some instant mashed potatoes. Yo, I make instant mashed potatoes all the time. I know some people shit on that, but it's just so quick. You don't have to sit there and do it.
I like
It
making
takes like
homemade mashed
3
potatoes.
minutes max.
No, don't get me wrong. Homemade mashed potatoes are tits. But what I'm saying is, like, if you just came home from work and you're just trying to make like a pork chop with some potatoes, fuck it.
It's like the older white man's ramen.
Yeah,
Just
it is.
There we go. That looks better. Now you guys can see your own chats on the screen.
Yeah. All right.
Alright,
I have no opinion about layout as this is my first podcast of yours. Well, welcome to the club, motherfucker.
Welcome. Let's get into the first topic. Atlanta is burning down currently as we're speaking.
What was it last night? There was that clip going around of somebody getting shot for no reason.
Yep.
It's like, I thought you wanted no police. Call the social worker. See if the social worker will help you with your bleeding wounds.
Not happening. Yeah. So Atlanta, let's start at the beginning, right? Dude is at his house, probably fine, drinking some beers, chugging some fucking wine, whatever the fuck he was doing. He got drunk. He decides to get in his car and drive to a Wendy's, right?
Oh, okay.
There's your first mistake. He drove drunk, right?
Yeah, do not drive drunk. Under any circumstances, do not drive under the influence.
That's his first mistake.
You know what? And I say this all the time. The biggest thing about that is you're not killing yourself because the drunk guy always walks away. Yeah. It's the person with the 3-year-old in the other car that always dies.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure about the science of this, but I'm pretty sure the reason the drunk person survives most of the time is because their body is so just like is limp when they get like hit. Like they don't you don't tense up.
Yeah.
The people that are like sober, they tense up like, oh my goodness, and they die.
Yep. You're right about it. I mean, that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Now,
but that's why you shouldn't do it. You're killing people.
So first dude drives drunk, right? Goes to Wendy's.
Idiot.
Miraculously, he makes it to Wendy's. He gets into the drive-thru, falls asleep in the drive-thru.
It's like that scene from Wolf of Wall Street. Yep. I can't believe I made it in one piece.
Yeah. so he falls asleep in the drive-thru. He's sitting there. People are having to go around him and shit. Cops end up getting called by the Wendy's people because they're like, "Yo, this dude's asleep in our drive-thru." Police come. And a lot of times, whenever somebody falls asleep in a drive-thru, they're drunk. That's usually how it goes.
If you're in the middle, that's technically the middle of traffic because you're supposed to be moving.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. So they come over. They give him a DWI test, which he doesn't have any problems with that. He actually takes it. He fails the DWI field sobriety test. Then he's placed under arrest. As the cops are trying to handcuff him, he decides to start struggling and gets into a full-on fist fight with the cops.
Give the dude credit. He knocked both of them on their ass.
He definitely did. Dude could fight.
That's a strong motherfucker.
But you
That's
don't
an intoxicated guy.
Yeah, you don't fucking fight a cop. You're fucking stupid.
Of course he should not be doing. No, and then he steals the taser right from the cop.
Grabs the taser while they're scuffling on the ground. He gets away from the cop, starts running, and here's the biggest mistake he made. As he's running, he points the taser backwards like that at the cops and deploys
as if he's gonna tase. So he's like, "Oh shit!"
Yep. So he does that. Cop pops 2 shots in his back. If you're pointing a weapon at a police officer, I don't care what the situation is, you are asking to be shot by that police officer.
And this is the best part of the whole fucking thing. They recently changed the law in Atlanta so that a taser is a deadly weapon.
They assaulted a cop with a deadly weapon.
I'm not sure if it's state law, but I know in that city.
It's technically, it's in all of Georgia. It's technically considered less than lethal, not non-lethal. Okay. So what that means is it can kill somebody, but it's not designed to kill somebody.
But still, that if it can, that's assault with a deadly weapon.
Exactly. So he points the taser, gets shot, and these cops end up getting fired.
What's up, Ward?
Now, with these cops being fired, everyone is rioting the streets. They burn down the fucking Wendy's, which the greatest part is it was a white woman. They found her, right? And they're going to get her arrested. That's
my fucking line, all right? You do not separate my fat ass from my Wendy's, okay?
Yo, imagine,
I need my fucking spicy nugs.
Now, here's what I'm curious about. The Wendy's had nothing to fucking do with it.
Yep.
Why the fuck are you burning down the Wendy's that most likely employs black people, at least one or two, at the very minimum?
What a lot of these people don't realize is these big chains they're owned by like an individual.
Yeah, the franchise.
Yeah,
the franchise stores.
So you just burn down someone's business.
Yep.
You put a bunch of people out of work, probably ruin their lives. Also, I just thought about that because I said the ruining lives thing. We have to talk about Sky Jackson just later.
Oh God.
Yeah, we have
Diva's gonna like that one.
We have to because my fuck, I've been watching Diva's tweets about it.
Jesus
fucking Christ.
She's an asshole. She's an actual asshole.
Okay, but yeah, so the Wendy's had nothing to do with it. They're going and burning down businesses. They're shooting random people on the street, and they want to abolish the police. Like, I just don't understand what these people are thinking. Like, they're all fucking criminals.
So they charge these guys. They arrest and charge them, and because it was clearly a fucking... Now, listen. In any situation, you want every situation to be resolved as peacefully as possible. You want no people to die, regardless of the crime being committed. Even if that guy is murdering people, if it's possible, it's always better to take him down and have him face justice than to shoot him in the middle of the whole thing.
Yeah.
I will say that every time. You kill him when you have to. So you never want anybody to die, right? But in that situation, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Exactly.
So because everybody with a normal functioning brain can watch that video and go, oh, he got shot because he was trying to fuck up the cops. The cops, a lot of them called out sick that night. They called it the blue flu.
About half of them, yeah.
Yeah, and they were asking surrounding police departments for help, and they told them they wouldn't respond for anything other than an officer down call. Yep. So they said, "Fuck you," all right, and you can't even blame them because, like, look, we when this whole thing popped off a few weeks ago, we all understand that there needs to be some changing in policing. We get it. All right. Nobody has ever argued that. Even going back to like 2014 and 2015 when this really first began, I didn't hear anybody argue, no, we don't need to change the police. No.
Not a single person, yeah.
No, it's just the degree of which these people want to go, oh, everything is white supremacist, everything. No.
You know what's crazy? Like, the only people that are completely down for, like, abolishing all the police are the complete left that absolutely think all cops are racist now. And then the anarcho fucking capitalists. The people who
my favorite example is, I forgot where it was, but there's that clip of like that protest going on, and the cops are just standing in that riot gear, just making sure everybody stays peaceful, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so the people are marching down the street going, fuck cops, cops are pigs, cops are bastards, defund the police, right? And then somebody comes down the street, and it might have been an accident, honestly. The guy runs over one of the protesters, because he wasn't going like 100 miles an hour. He was driving mad slow. Like, the guy lived. But he hit him. And as soon as he hits the guy, what do the people start yelling? Arrest that man! Oh, wait a minute! I thought you didn't want cops. What happened?
Yeah,
exactly. I thought they're bastards. Exactly. Why are you telling them? No, you only want them when it's convenient for you. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
That's the problem. They don't understand anything.
Do unto thee, not unto me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone else has to abide, but not me. I'm exempt.
Yep. Yeah. So we're not allowed. We don't want cops, so you won't have cops, and you're also not allowed to have guns. Okay.
Sorry, I get one or the other, please.
Yeah.
And I prefer guns.
Can we just say, do you like? This is a little bit of a reach, but do you think in Nazi Germany, if it was in modern world today, that they would have allowed their citizens to have guns?
But no, they didn't allow them to have guns when it was
exactly.
1945.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't allow
No,
them
they
to have guns
silence.
today,
They silence the opposition. They restrict the freedoms of the citizens, and they blame it on a single group, making the whole country unite against a bad.
First thing that
but here's the thing: that country, when that country decides, yo, this leader sucks, they can't fight back because they don't have guns.
Yeah. Exactly.
They can't take the country back.
I guarantee you, most people oppressed under the Nazi regime wish they could fight back better.
Oh yeah.
They wish they had guns.
Yeah.
And like here's how this is where it gets scary. The first thing they do is they take your guns, right?
Yeah.
That's now they know they have the ability and power to take away something off of the Constitution, right? Now, next, you're not allowed to talk bad about gay people anymore. That's restricting your freedom of speech. You can't say that this person's gay, so you can't make fun of him. You can't even
genuinely criticize them for doing something wrong because they're gay and they're protected. That's
all I have to say about that matter is that's
happen
big gay.
with cancel culture, where if you say something bad about any person of any minority, then immediately you're a racist, homophobic, canceled, get them off the internet kind of person, right?
Yeah. Speaking of which, that's a good segue to they tried to cancel Joe Rogan twice in 1 week.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. Because he wasn't wearing a mask or whatnot.
No, he said so. All right.
He said if you don't wear a mask, you're a pussy.
he was like master for bitches. Yeah. Right. Yep. And he was talking to Bill Burr. My favorite. In fact, I retweeted it. My favorite part of that clip.
I saw that.
And I disagree with a lot of his personal politics, and I still think he's fucking hilarious because a normal brain can separate somebody's personality from their work.
Yeah.
Right. But so. Him and Bill Burr are there, and he's like, "Yo, master for bitches," and he's joking like he's breaking his balls because he just wants them to talk. And Bill Burr, and they're both smoking cigars, which apparently is not a good idea during the COVID thing. That's apparently one of the guidelines, like you shouldn't be smoking around other people because if you have it, apparently it goes with the smoke. I don't know if that's true. I heard somebody say that.
That makes sense if you inhale it and it goes in your lungs, and you exhale.
Like I said, I don't know if it's true.
I heard that wouldn't be as big of a problem as like a cigarette would be because with a cigar you don't inhale into your lungs; it's just a mouth.
Yeah. So he's sitting there, right, like the length of probably my desk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Joe Rogan is on the other side, maybe a little, maybe that desk is a little bit thicker, but pretty close. Like they should probably be wearing masks if they think that masks are going to protect them, right?
Yeah.
He's saying, listen, I'm not going to listen to you, Joe Rogan. Like he's breaking his balls. Like he's not actually mad at him, but he's like, I'm not going to listen to you, Joe Rogan, you motherfucker sitting there with your cigar and your no medical degree, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, here's what I do. I watch the news every 2 weeks, right? And I go, still mask, no mask. All right, whatever they tell me, I do.
Yep.
But he's saying this while sitting across from somebody without wearing a mask.
Yep.
He does like the general rule is supposed to be if you live with a person, you don't need to wear a mask. But if you're going into somebody else's place of business or whatever, or another house, you're supposed to wear a mask. That's the guideline, right?
Yeah.
Which I say fuck that guideline, but that's the guideline. So if he's defending the CDC for saying, oh, this is what we got to do, why are you not wearing a mask when you walk into Joe Rogan's studio? You fucking hypocrite.
Yeah.
All right, I looked it up. Real quick. According to medical experts, non-smokers can also be impacted because if a smoker infected breathes and the smoke and the individual not infected breathes it in, it can carry the virus.
I was right.
Yep. Yeah.
Yes. So, it also carries with vaping. Same deal.
Cool. I'm gonna get Corona, boys.
What's up, LC? Diva, like here's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is I understand if a shop owner, even if I'm going to the supermarket, if it's a chain or whatever, somebody who owns a business is like, listen, we don't know what's going on. We're worried. We don't want people getting sick in our store. You got to wear a mask to come in. That's fine. Private businesses are allowed to make that decision.
Yeah.
Provide.
When I get mad is when like my governor comes out and says, well, now it's a law. You have to wear a mask. No. I draw the line at the government telling me what to do.
Like Diva, I agree with you. Where you said I wore a mask, but it's my choice. Exactly.
Yeah.
If I was told to not, or if I was told I have to wear a mask to go outside of my house, I would be pissed off. But
no way.
Like I work for the place I work for, I sell phones. They fucking they require that I wear a mask whenever there's customers in the store. I take it off when the customers aren't in the store, but I put it right back on when they come in, and that's just to make customers feel safer, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then
that's also to protect the business, because if somebody gets it and then they want to sue your business, you were wearing a mask.
Yep.
So.
And we require that the customers wear a mask when they come in the store. And a private business is allowed to do that, because a private business can fucking kick you out for whatever fucking reason they want, right?
Yeah.
They have free reign.
You're being loud. Get out of my store.
Exactly. I don't like the way you're walking. Get out of here. They can do that.
Yeah.
But
first of all, when we were teenagers and we go into the neighborhood deli, you know how many times they would threaten us because we walk in like yelling or whatever. They're like, yo, if you don't shut the fuck up, you gotta leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're allowed to fucking do that, but like I said, I draw the line at my government trying to tell me what to do. You're not getting me to wear a mask when I go to walk my dog or when I'm outside. And if the business doesn't require me to do it, I'm not putting it on either. Like I've been in auto parts stores and stuff, and they're not.
I switched it to live chat because I just noticed it was on top.
Yeah, I had to switch mine too.
Yeah, like at my work, bro, I walk in, I don't have my mask on, I go to the back, I clock in, put it on, clock out, I take it off and walk through the store without a mask. It's like,
yeah,
so, I'll do it because they tell me to, because it's my work, not because I'm being ordered.
If you're at work, that's different. What I mean is the government. That's what I mean.
No, exactly.
State to make me wear a stupid little fucking paper mask.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Astral is debating.
Poorly Lit asks thoughts on Joe Rogan moving to Spotify. I think he got offered a lot of fucking money, and he said yes. Yeah. I mean,
he got offered a lot of money, and he doesn't have to worry about his shit getting demonetized now.
Exactly. Yeah, it just makes sense for him.
The thing is, I think people are going to be trying to cancel him every other day now because they know about that contract, and they're gonna be bullying Spotify from now until that contract runs.
Can I just say, if Spotify comes to us, guys, and they offer us like fucking $200,000 to put our podcast on Spotify instead of having it on YouTube and make it exclusive, you guys can go fucking buy Spotify. All right?
Yeah. Like, I mean, you can listen to it for free. You don't need to pay. Spotify.
Yeah, you don't have to pay. You just can't listen to whichever one you want.
Imagine we explode like tomorrow, and we just get an email from Spotify. It's like, yo. Here's $350,000. Come to us exclusively.
Okay,
we'd be off, we'd be off the YouTube instantly, and that's just
YouTube.
Honest.
It's been fun. See ya.
Yeah.
But
even if we were, for argument's sake, even if we were to achieve that crazy popularity, they would just demonetize the channel anyways.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because we're not all
PC.
Yeah, PC. They can't demonetize us though. Look, we got a Mexican, a Guatemalan, and an Italian. Like, come on.
They don't get much more diverse than that.
We're ticking boxes, bro. Come on.
And the Mexican is 2% black.
No,
I am 2% black.
Deej, you know how you protect this channel from getting demonetized?
How?
You see that box? You got to replace it with a black box.
The what box?
Oh,
the black box.
Also,
yeah.
Deej.
Yep.
Deej. The what's it called? Discord window has a red line around it. Is that supposed to be there?
Yes. That's just from the selection.
Warnock, you like seeing my eyes bulge outward with every point made? I when I yell, I get mad.
He's enthusiastic.
Exactly. I'm Italian. It's in my DNA.
He's Italian.
I wear a mask if I leave the house in Pennsylvania. We're going green to have everything open. But people are already not following the rules, and the cases are increasing.
Yeah.
Listen, all I'm saying is you can't force me to wear it 24/7. If I'm in a business that's not requiring it, or if I'm in somebody's house who tells me I don't have to wear a mask, I'm not wearing it.
Yeah.
I understand if you're scared. I'm not saying people won't get sick and people won't die. I get it. You're just not convincing. I'm not personally convinced that a mask is going to help you, because the rules have changed with this fucking thing every other day.
Forth. Exactly.
You lost.
Masks,
I was telling this to my mom the other day. You lost me like 2 months into this.
CDC comes out originally saying masks don't help at all. Then they come out and say everybody needs to wear a mask. Then they come out and say it's going to slow down in the summer because the hot weather is going to come stop it. And then they come out and say, well, actually, the weather's not going to affect it at all. Like
second wave, boys.
Nothing they say like is solidified evidence, like actual fact. It's just stuff that they think might help, and then after they see that it helps or doesn't help, they decide to change.
Yeah, they're like,
you Italians and your extremely animated body language.
Indeed.
The fuck you want from me, bro? I gotta send him that.
What do you mean?
Do you see the fucking stream with my hands flying around?
You saw it next. Remember I posted the Gattuso picture where he's just like,
he's like, what is it? Okay, the one thing I have a problem with, in like where right now, like people act like the virus is now that like some of the restrictions are lifted, the virus is somehow like non-existent, and I'll see like we went out on a boat like a week ago. There was like a party of like 500 people just lining the beach, like body to body. I'm just like, you guys are retarded.
That's what I'm saying. Personally, I don't care because, like I said, I value personal liberty above all else.
Yeah.
So if your decision is to be like, I'm gonna go on the beach and I'm gonna lay with random people, that's your decision. You're taking your safety in your own hands. I would not get you. You need to be regular smart. Don't gather in big groups right now. Right? So, that's what you're gonna do. Wash your hands.
So I know this is like an extremely controversial topic, and I know me and Biscuit don't agree 100% on it. But when it comes to the topic of abortion, right? Me personally, I believe that if you have sex in any capacity, whether they're on birth control, condom, anything, you are taking a risk of having a child, right?
Yep.
And if you take that risk and you have that child, I don't think you have the right to kill that child.
No.
That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, we definitely disagree. I'm definitely more pro-choice guy.
Yeah. So I know we disagree on that, but like in my view, that's kind of similar to this Corona thing. You can kind of like make a link with it, where like if you go out, you know you're taking that chance to get it, kind of thing.
But you're also risking another life.
You have the idea, or you have the opportunity, you have the ability to go out and make that choice
like
yourself.
When you make an account for YouTube, you're automatically agreeing to the license agreement, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like that. You're by going out into that party, you're acknowledging that, oh, I might get sick doing this. My odds go up of getting sick by hanging out with all these people on the beach.
Exactly.
Right? So I get it, but just because people are doing that doesn't mean I'm going to wear a mask 24/7 and sit in a corner of my house shivering until the right person comes on TV and says, "It's over, guys." No,
but that's the issue with everything right now. Everyone is thinking, "Oh, wait, you either have to be this guy in his house locked up for the next 5 months, or you're just this guy partying every time, not giving a care in the world." You can be in the middle. You can be like, "Hey, I don't want to wear a mask, but I'm still not gonna be an idiot and like hug like people I don't know, or I'm not gonna be like sitting next to people I don't know."
Exactly.
We're gonna do like a little speed read of the chat because we're kind of far behind. I know you guys talked about it last podcast, but are you guys getting Series X or PS5? Personally, PS5, Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man. Jesus fucking Christ, I'm so excited.
If for nothing else, and the fact that during this generation, maybe it was a loophole that Sony never attended to, but it made it very easy for us to share games with our friends.
Yes.
So, digitally. So
I think it was intentional. I think it was intentional.
You know what? You could do it on the Xbox too, because me and Jim did it on the Xbox. It was just more annoying, if I remember right.
Also, I don't like. Here's the PS5 real quick. I don't think anyone is like unless people are gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy the disc," unless it's backwards compatible. If the disc version of the PS5 isn't backwards compatible, nobody's buying that.
Max, you know what? I can actually agree. No. Oh. If it's not backwards compatible, I probably won't, because most of the games I do get for current gen are digital anyways.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There might be one or two things I do want the disc of, right? But for the most part, I'll probably go digital. Yep. But I want the disc if they are going to do backwards compatibility, which is still heavily rumored, and they haven't shot it down yet. You'd think if they weren't doing it, somebody would have said somewhere, "Listen, we're not doing it." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know yet, but I definitely need a disc drive if it's going to be backwards compatible, because I want to pop my PS2 games in there.
Yeah, if it's backwards compatible, I'm definitely getting it just to play the PS2, PS3 games. But if it's not, no point.
Going off of what Elsie Clement said, if they do backwards compatible though for PS3 games, I can play fucking
Ratchet and Clank, all your fun games.
No, not that one. Fucking NCAA football 2014, the last one they ever made.
Oh you've been talking about this.
I want to play it so much, but I don't have a fucking PS3.
Bro, if there's PS2,
crossplay to PC, what do you mean? You mean just stream your game? Your PS4 can do that.
No, he means like cross-play games with PS. That's up to the game developer, not the console.
That's game by game.
Elsie Clement said, "I want government to do something about the fact that people are stockpiling food and there's not enough for the rest of us." I haven't actually seen that myself. My grocery stores are still full.
Here's the thing: when it started,
that's all a lot.
When it started, when the Corona thing started, it was happening a lot. Like on my Twitter, I was posting pictures when the first grocery trip I made when this whole thing first started.
Yeah.
All the shelves were empty. There was no ramen.
Yep.
I complained because I went down the aisle with the canned tomatoes so I could make pasta on Sunday, and there was no tomatoes.
Yep.
I was like, how do you expect an Italian person to survive in lockdown with no tomatoes?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You probably you lost 25% of your Italian in your system.
Exactly. So there was definitely a lot of shit was gone. Beans and rice were all gone. But it seems to slow down, at least in my supermarket now, except for paper towel. Toilet paper is always there, but paper towel isn't. I don't know why.
Warnock went to the abortion thing and said that it should be available if the baby's birth has a high chance of the mother's death or if it's because of rape. Those are outliers, and I completely agree with both of those, Warnock. I completely agree that those should be available. That's actually something me and Mex have said a bunch of times.
No, hot take. If you have a high chance of killing the mother, yes. If it's rape, I don't think so, only because my whole argument hinges on the fact that the baby's a life. Just because something terrible happened to you doesn't mean you get to do something terrible.
That baby could be severely fucked up.
Yeah, but if you have proof that it might have a terrible life, or if the mother's at risk, sure. But that's only if there's a massive defect or the mother's life is at risk. If the baby's healthy, fine. I don't care.
I personally disagree with that. I think if it's rape, that's something that you didn't take. You didn't have the choice to do that. That's not your fault. or like there should be something to help you out there. But I
like how the mix of fucking subjects we're talking about right now.
Yeah,
but I love this show.
PlayStation, abortion.
Yeah,
fires in Atlanta.
Poorly lit goes. I'm gonna get Series X just for Halo. I don't know if you have a gaming PC, but even though mine is not that good, I still have a gaming PC, and I will get a better one eventually. I could just play Halo on PC now.
Let me just say, if you're gonna have a PC, there is absolutely zero reason for you to get an Xbox. Get a PS
Game Pass.
Yeah, get a PS5 and Xbox.
All the Xbox exclusives, at least right now, they might change in the future, but right now all the Xbox exclusives are on PC.
I don't know if you guys, since we're speaking about the consoles, I don't know if you heard this. There was new news that came out because Sony revealed the digital version. Xbox said they're coming out with a digital version that's going to have less power than the Xbox Series X, which sucks. Yeah. They're going to probably sell it for $200, and then the normal version is going to be $400, is what's rumored. The problem with that, though, is like the PlayStation 5's digital version has the same power as the PS5.
All right, real quick. Some people have commented on my opinion of abortion. I'm not saying that she didn't have a choice. I'm not saying that's not my argument that she didn't have a choice, so she still shouldn't have a choice. I'm saying it's the baby's a life. My whole argument is the baby's a life. Just because something horrible happened to you doesn't mean you get to kill an innocent human being.
Yeah,
it was horrible. I have no qualms with like you saying rape is a terrible thing, and you don't have to keep the baby. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying the baby should still have a chance at life.
I think that's the disconnect when it comes to the abortion argument between pro-life and pro-choice people.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm basically pro-choice. I think there just needs to be a clear line of when it's too late to do it. That's me. Like, we all need to come together and be like, all right, this trimester you can't go anymore. Like, you can't abort it anymore.
Yep.
That's the only thing I will say. But I think the disconnect is that people who are more pro-life are usually, they're valuing life above all else.
Yes.
So people like that is important. Because regardless of the terrible, horrible things that happen to bring that life into existence, it is now a life. So you could disagree with reasoning and stuff all you want, but I think people don't actually try to understand the reason.
And
you know what I mean?
Here's another thing that I also want to say, like if even if we disagree and stuff, I don't want anybody here to hate us for our opinions, and we don't hate anybody else if you have a disagreeing opinion with us.
It is what it is.
If you disagree with us, you disagree with us. We can be cool after. You know, it's not like...
My husband actually said that he's not touching this subject with a 10-foot pole because he's not a woman and it's divorce material.
I mean, that's respectable.
Oh, man.
I guess.
You know?
Like, if you're in a marriage and it could like tear your marriage apart, sure.
Yeah.
Just abort in private. I mean,
yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It shouldn't be. The original argument to legalize it in the first place was safe and uncommon, right?
Uncommon, safe, and affordable.
Yeah. One of the problems is people. You have the crazies who the scream your abortion crazies. That's why this shit gets so heated, because it's like you should have as many abortions as you want. No, man. You should not be using abortion as a form of birth control.
No,
exactly.
I think that's a bad argument for abortion to remain legal.
Yeah.
Which I think
Now,
is true.
now,
I think it's a bad argument.
Even though I'm like anti-abortion in most cases, I do think there is some ground to stand on where if that baby isn't going to be able to be supported, right, that there should be some option for you. I know that they definitely what would really help this whole thing would be if they completely revamped what's it called? I can't fucking think
adoption agencies and stuff. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, the people who adoptions. Like
Bruh,
getting kids adopted. They need to
we're getting there. We're getting there.
Our adoptions process is so screwed. Like that's why I understand why people like I don't want to have a baby and put it into like foster homes and whatnot, because foster homes suck. They are terrible.
Yeah.
Right now.
Listen,
if we fix that, I feel like there'd be a lot less of the I don't want to bring a child into this world for them to have a terrible life in foster homes. Because right now, I agree, foster homes suck and they need to be fixed bad.
Yes, yeah, I saw that as well.
All right, so I guess since everybody in chat is talking about it, let's move on to Last of Us 2.
So, Last of Us 2?
A lot of it was actually the game itself is rage bait. I put this video on my Twitter by Max. I put this video on my Twitter earlier today. The YouTube channel. I've been watching this guy for a while. It's Jay's Reviews. And he was talking about how he played The Last of Us 2 for 2 hours and got pissed off and he couldn't play anymore and he quit. Right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying how in general he's a pretty left-leaning guy, and you know, he's all for inclusivity, which I think most normal people are anyways. Like it's okay to have gay people or whatever kind of people you want in your movie or your show.
No problem.
It's
just make it fit.
It's when you beat the viewer or the consumer of the media over the head with the fact that this person is gay or trans or whatever the fuck, right? And it's painfully obvious that the whole lesbian storyline, because that's all that the story is.
Yep.
It's so in focus all the fucking time that it's just to beat over the head of anti-SJWs to make them mad, and then you make the SJWs constantly retweet it and tweet like, "Oh, this game is amazing." You know what you do? You're using somebody's sexuality as a token to create sales.
Let me. So I'm gonna give like a little mini review for what I've only played about 3 hours of the game. I haven't played a ton of it. I am gonna do a full in-depth review of this game on this channel. I'll upload that probably in a week or two, depending on how long it takes me to beat it. Because I am playing the game. First off, let me say the game looks really good. Naughty Dog never really messes that up with the graphics. The graphics do look really good. The gameplay is decent. If you like the first game, you're gonna like the second game. The problem is the story is a hopeless, and it just hits you time after time after time just to make you mad, right? Yeah. So
that's like I said, the game itself is rage bait. That's what it's there for.
Exactly.
It's so stupid.
So yeah, like literally, if you ever played the first one, you'd know that there was moments of hope throughout the game. You're always hoping to get to the end to give that chance for a vaccine.
Before we go any further, let's just say this: spoilers for the first game ahead.
Yeah, spoilers for the first game ahead. So I mean, that game's been out since what, 2013.
Yeah, if you haven't played it, get some help. That's amazing.
If you haven't played it, go play the first Last of Us.
The first one is really good.
The second one is not canon. So the first game, right? There's always a sense of hope, like. Even though this character dies, you still take Ellie to the Fireflies, right? Or even though you meet this group of people. It's this black man and his actually let's just start earlier in the story where you meet the dude in the town who actually ends up being gay. They didn't make a huge giant deal out of it, right?
It was subtle and it wasn't beat over your head.
Exactly,
it's like
subtle and
just mentioned. Yeah, like. The way the conversation goes is like you perceive it. You're meant to perceive it initially as they were just buddies surviving in the apocalypse.
Yes.
But then the more you hang out with the guy, you realize, oh wait, it was actually his partner or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's it. They don't beat you over the head with it. Like once you realize that, like once the characters realize that, they realize why he took the press.
Yeah.
They're like, yo.
Yeah. It makes you like. It's kind of gut wrenching in that sense.
Yeah, you feel worse when you realize why he's so mentally jacked out.
Exactly. Yeah. And you actually find his gay guy hanging in a house.
Yeah.
Where you have to get where you go to get the car for him. Yep. So like that actually had a story element to that led to something, right?
The point is once that happens, and it served the story. It served to paint his friend, the friendship, Joel's friendship with the guy, which I forget his name. But the point is they don't beat you over there with gay, and have 30 different cutscenes of him having sex with his partner so that you know that he's gay, right?
Yeah.
They don't do that.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a thing that happens because it's in the world and that's it. You know what I mean?
So yeah, you get that hopeless sense whenever you find out he died, but you still get the car going, and then that gives you a sense of hope to continue moving on. Then you meet this black guy and his younger brother, right? And it kind of gives you that sense of hope again because they're good people and they're helping you out and you're working together.
We're coming back to that, by the way, the muscular person thing. Keep going.
And then after that, the son ends up getting infected during the thing, and the brother has to kill him, and then he kills himself. Which again, it's a gut-wrenching moment where you really cared about these people because you spent a lot of time with them. You fucking built a relationship with them, and you got to understand who they were as people, and then you lost them because of the circumstances in the game, right?
Right.
There was a reason behind it, And then the new game
to serve a story, not just to say, oh look, black person in the story.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So, and then the fucking I'm reading the comments. The new game comes out, right? You play the game. So let me just act as if I didn't have any of the stuff spoiled before, because that's kind of the mindset I tried to put myself in when I played it, right? You play the game and you're playing as Abby at one point, and you are going to look. Yeah, I know. You're playing as Abby at one point, but look, this is before you know anything about the Joel death. If you put yourself in that mindset.
Yeah.
You go and you find you found the city, right, that they're staying in, and out of circumstance you run into Joel and Tommy, right? You lead them back to the mansion where you were staying up on top of the mountain just to fucking just to kill him because you found out who he was before, right?
Okay.
So there's literally no reason given to you beforehand on why she's killing Joel or why she was looking for Joel. Okay. So you're an hour and a half into this game. You've already honestly, like because me and my girlfriend are playing it together. When my girlfriend saw the beginning, there's a beginning part where Joel is playing the guitar to younger Ellie, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And like that made my girlfriend cry because he's singing a song. He's like, "If I were to ever lose you, I'd surely lose myself." I don't know the name of the song.
Okay.
But like that one that like hits you, and it even hit me after like already knowing what was about to happen. And then you go into the game, and then fucking less than 30 minutes after you see that scene, Joel is fucking getting his head bashed in.
Yeah.
By somebody you don't even know that you were forced to play as.
When that teaser first came out in 2016, I was like, that dude better not be Joel. I said it on stream. I was like, the teaser for the second game better not be Joel dying.
Yeah.
And it was.
I mean,
they changed the context a little bit, but it was.
Yeah.
So you get that like sense of hopelessness. Like, why did Joel die? Joel, and they also made Joel a fucking idiot character out of nowhere. Because in the first game, he was one of the most cautious people. Like, wouldn't give it. When would Joel go up to a random group of people and give his real name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To a random group of people who were stalking at the top of a mountain just above his town.
White man dumb, though, right?
Yeah.
White man dumb.
White man bad. So that happens.
It just feels like such a cheap attempt. It feels so politically driven because it's like, let's kill off the straight white man so we can tell our lesbian story.
Yeah.
Like they can't coexist. You know what I mean? It pisses me off.
Well, one of the best parts of the first game was the dynamic that Joel and Ellie had when they were talking to each other as you were just walking around, you know?
Over the course of the game, you slowly witness their relationship grow and they become more like father and daughter.
Yeah, because they didn't like each other at first. They really didn't. Yeah. And then it grew, you know?
Yep.
So it just blows my mind that they could take something like that and just with the snap of their fingers get rid of it and be like that none of that really mattered.
All that for seeing Joel for 5 seconds in the next game.
Yep.
You don't get any payoff to their relationship.
Yep.
At all.
None.
The biggest question going into the second game should have been, does Ellie ever find out about what he did? How does she react?
Yeah.
But you never get any of that.
And like Elsie Clements, none of us have a problem with Ellie being a lesbian. Like we really,
no.
That's not that happened in the.
That's not. It's not a focal point.
The problem is the story is just so dull and like they don't.
The story exists solely to go, hey, look at us, we got a lesbian in the game. Look, she's gonna kiss a girl. Oh wait, you didn't see it? Let's have her kiss the girl again. That's the entire fucking thing. Yeah. That's the problem.
Yeah, and then They tried to, like, I don't know if you saw any of the adverts where they were talking about it's a story of revenge, right? I'm about to spoil the second game, so anybody that doesn't want to hear this, mute your stream.
You already spoiled a lot of it, so.
Well, yeah, I spoiled the first hour and a half that most people already knew about because of the leaks.
Mute.
Mute right now if you don't want to hear it. I will do a clap, all right, whenever you're good to come back. So the end of the game, right, you don't even get revenge. Ellie decides, I'm the bigger person. I'm not going to kill you. Even though she killed one of the most important people to Ellie, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So for no fucking reason, you don't get any satisfaction at the end. You don't get anything. And I just don't understand, like, how that's... Like, the story feels like it just stops. It doesn't fucking come to a conclusion. It just stops.
How is that a believable character? If you're in the post-apocalypse, right? And you're in a position where your only other friend, the person that's been keeping you alive for like upwards of 15 years at this point?
Well,
right?
Father.
It's about 6 years.
6 years. Yeah, 6 years.
Oh, I thought she was older than that.
Yeah, no.
Okay, fine. 6 to 10, whatever it is. 6 years. Still, the person one of the few people you've been close to, right?
Yep. You look at it as a father.
Right, exactly. Yeah. You look at Mike as a father. You look at as a father figure. Gets his fucking brains bashed in, and your thought isn't to kill the person who killed him. You're just like, nah, you're cool.
Yeah.
Like, how is that a believable character?
I just don't understand that. Because Ellie, like, think about all the stuff she did to save Joel in the first game, where you were in the snow playing as Ellie when she was 14, and Joel was knocked out because he had fallen and had been stabbed through his fucking stomach, right?
Yep.
And she's going out and searching for food and medicine and water to keep him safe, trying to keep him warm.
That was
honestly,
she fought so hard to keep him alive just to when he gets killed by somebody, she doesn't even get the revenge.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would have been so much more satisfied if Joel had died in the first one at that point than a whole second game. Like, if this was the game...
You'd be way more angry like us if you actually were invested in the first game. Like, who was it? LC Clements were saying there was no need to have a second game. Well, they left it open for sequel bait on purpose, like I said, with that ending.
Yeah.
You didn't know. For all we knew, Ellie was going to... one of my things was Ellie was going to be the one to kill him. Like, she was going to get so mad when she found that out. She was like, you didn't even give me the choice or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, there's a million different ways you could have went with that. And instead, you just have him get killed. You waste all that potential.
They literally had, like, a story built. They could have a whole story built off that ending where where he ended up being selfish and getting rid of the chance of humanity to save her, right? Could have built a whole story off of that. But instead, they just like, nope, none of the first game even mattered. You can play the second game not knowing anything about the first game, and it doesn't matter. And that to me makes it a very poor sequel.
A sequel should be a continuation of the story, not a, oh, hey, look at this. New story, new everything. Old characters die, new characters have no connection.
Exactly.
Yeah. So going back to the sex scene thing that everybody's been talking about in chat since we brought it up. Abby never says she's trans in the game. I don't know. It was
also never said by any of the directors and stuff.
I openly admit that it's been circulating around the internet, so I just agree with everybody who was saying it. But then when the sex scene leaked before the game came out, my titties are bigger than her. So I was like, I have to be right. And you could say I'm a fat fuck. You can make fun. I was like, but
if you look at the scene,
it doesn't look like a woman's body.
If you watch that scene, she has pecs, not boobs.
Yeah, that's right. It does not look like a woman's body.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if they just wanted to make a jack looking woman, which is fine. Whatever. I'm just saying she looks like a dude. That's all. Like it's very even if she's not supposed to be trans, it's very easy to make that mistake.
So here's another thing. Like even looking at the her hair, right? Whenever you're playing as her hair does not look like female hair. Female like it looks thick and rough like a male with long hair.
Yeah.
Like
males have
hair, you know.
Women have a third of the width of male hair. Hair. Yeah.
So it doesn't look like female hair. It looks like male.
I don't know if it was somebody in the chat earlier. It might have been more. I don't remember who it was. Said that she's not trans, but she still had anal sex. There's no proof that he was in her butthole. I don't think.
Yeah, you can hit it from the back. I'm just.
Yeah, like the only way you could prove that he was in a butthole was if she's a dude. That's the only way you can prove it.
And here's another thing. If he was in the there's no way he's going into that butthole unless it's been opened multiple times because there was no lube involved.
That too. That too.
So, unless it was wide open.
And that was quick. Like I don't know if you watched that scene.
Yeah, I have.
That was like they went from about to kill each other to penetration. I've never seen a sex scene progress that fast in my life.
Hate sex, just bang.
Zero was saying he believes that sex scenes shouldn't be in games at all. I disagree. If you're gonna make a mature rated game, you could do it in movies. You could do it in TV shows. As long as it's not tastefully and right and it fits. Right,
if it develops the story, sure.
Part of the story is you're building the relationship between two characters. That's part of building a relationship with.
But if there's a sex scene for a sex scene just to be a sex scene, I would prefer not. It doesn't add anything.
Yeah.
Oh, but guys,
Diva, take it from me. You can't prove it.
Okay, but I'm on Metacritic now, and 95% Metascore, 3.5 user score.
And they're saying everyone's just review bombing it and not playing it. Why can't you admit, even if it is part review bombing, everybody is saying universally, people who are playing it are saying the game is bad.
Yeah.
Why can't you just fucking admit that?
No. Here's the thing. The story is bad. I'm really actually hoping they come out with a multiplayer for this that's fun and engaging. So that way I didn't completely waste $60. But because they said they were going to come out with a multiplayer, you know. I really hope that they do. Because the first one's multiplayer was really, really fun.
There's no multiplayer right now?
There's no multiplayer in it right now. No, they said they're adding later.
I'm definitely not buying it.
Yeah, I like the multiplayer in the first one.
So if they
if there's multiplayer, maybe, but if there's none, I'm not.
Max, when they add the multiplayer and it goes on sale, you're getting it so we can fucking fuck up some shit. Me, you, and Biscuit.
Doubt.
It's on par with right to help. it is.
It's got to be $20 or less on sale. I'm not buying it for like AAA game price.
Don't get me wrong. I mainly mean extreme sex scenes that are like porn. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As long as it's done like tastefully and right, like a normal sex scene should be like them starting to make out, going into the bed, and then like the shirt comes off, and then it slowly fades out with the romantic music or whatever. You know,
not hardcore porn.
Yeah, right.
No,
you watch that scene and it's dead silent, and you just hear.
I was already doing it. I beat you.
Like that was some of the roughest pounding I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, right. So yeah, I mean, it's a train wreck. Like I said, I'm gonna play through it fully. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, Warlock is right too. Even if it was anal, that doesn't make him trans. No, exactly. Like I said, the only way to prove it that it was anal is to prove that the character is trans, because then there's no other hole. Yeah. Otherwise, you can't prove it.
What?
Yeah, so I mean, again, like I said, I'm gonna do a full playthrough. I'm gonna give a full in-depth review. Like,
I don't understand why they didn't go back to the drawing board after the leaks.
I guarantee
people, because here's why, Elsie. Here's why they didn't go back to the drawing board. Because when those leaks came out, the game was already gold.
Yep.
The only reason the game was delayed was because of the coronavirus.
Yeah, shipping for Corona.
Yeah. They couldn't get the game out, and they figured digital alone wouldn't sell enough. And especially during that time, the coronavirus was only like a month or two in when it was scheduled to come out, right?
Yep.
So at that time, first of all, a lot of people we were all jobless. Well, a lot of us are still jobless, including me. But nobody knew what was going to happen the next day. Like most people didn't get unemployment yet. Like everything was still in flux.
Yep.
So even if it did come out successfully, there's no guarantee that everybody had the money to go buy a fucking video game at that point.
Yeah.
But it was a multifaceted thing, but it was to do with the coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the point is, the game was finished. From a development standpoint, they had nothing more.
A game is usually finished like months ahead of whatever.
So they can get it out on time.
Yeah.
Stores get games weeks in advance sometimes.
Yeah. So I mean, like, what was I about to say? I fucking lost it. No. So with the drawing board thing, why didn't they go back?
Because they would have had to restart the whole game.
Yeah, they literally their whole game was built around this story, and it would have taken. Yeah. They would have basically had to make an entire new game to fucking change it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if you saw this, Biscuit, on Twitter. One of the people that was like mocap people for the game, right, came out and said that Neil Druckmann didn't self-insert him as that character. But if you put that character next to him, it looks just fucking like him.
Yeah, bullshit. I'm sorry.
It looks exactly like him.
I'm sorry. Maybe he didn't, but it looks damn close. If he didn't do it, somebody was like, "Yo, I want to see my boss having sex with this character."
I want to see my boss.
Did he develop the first game? Was
he the director on the first one? I'm not 100%.
I gotta check. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
I don't know. I do know he fired fucking what's her name, Amy Hennig, just so he could rewrite the whole fucking thing, so he could have his lesbian story. Which that should be the most offensive thing to everybody who likes video games. Especially if you're like
Bruce Straley was part
Bruce
of
Straley and they were both.
But this time it was just Neil Druckmann.
Yeah. So, like I said, that should be the most offensive thing, especially if you're an SJW type who happens to like video games. He fired a woman so that he could take her job.
Yep.
If you're an SJW, you should be fucking raging mad at this game. Like, I don't understand how that flies over everybody's radar. Well, it's okay that he fired. It's okay that the straight white male took the woman's job because he put a lesbian in the game.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know, man. What's up, Kill?
Oh. Yeah.
That should be the thing to like immediately brought up. Like, she not only that, she's an actual talented fucking game maker.
Yep.
She's one of the most legendary people in the industry, and he fired her.
Yep.
So he could write this garbage. You know what happened? I bet you I know exactly what happened. She wrote an awesome story, or I'm not gonna say I know what the content it was, but she wrote a great story, right? She emailed it off to him, right? He read it and goes, "Where the fuck are the lesbians?"
Yeah.
It's exactly what he did. He's like, "You're fired."
Neil Druckmann definitely needs to be taken off of future Naughty Dog games.
Yep.
Like 100% It has to be.
It depends. It honestly depends on how well the game does, because we can hate it all we want. If it sells, he ain't gonna get fired.
But
it's gonna sell.
Really quick, Warlock's a nice shirt. This is the shirt that he bought me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Warlock is the man. Goku Black, baby.
Can we do Goku Black is like my favorite fucking DBZ character.
Yep,
So what was I about to say? Fuck, I forgot.
Well, okay, real quick. The Last of Us Part 2 is going to sell. It's The Last of Us Part 2. People are going to play it just to play it.
Like, how do you think all these people are complaining about it? They had to buy the game.
Yeah. And even with like terrible movie franchises that used to be good that are pretty crap now, they still get views. Like the last two Transformers have been pretty crap.
Yeah.
The last 3 or 2 Transformers have been pretty crap because the first one in the series, like in the '90s, was good, and it was like such a staple. People are still gonna watch it just because it's such a big movie.
Yeah, this game is gonna sell due to rage rating. That was the fucking marketing scheme to begin with, dude.
Yep.
I bet any amount of money, regardless of whether Abby is trans or not or whatever. The whole thing is rage bait. It's like regardless of what happens, here's what's gonna happen on social media. The SJWs are gonna heap praise on us. You know, all the blue check marks on Twitter. They're gonna scream from the mountaintops about how we are the greatest game developer in all the land because we made an LGBT centered story. And all the people who are anti-SJW and on the right are gonna scream back at us that you guys just did this so that you could kill a straight white male, like I was saying before, right? And regardless of what happens, everybody talking about it is gonna equal sales. So that was the marketing strategy.
Poorly lit. The only anime that I've really watched at all has been Dragon Ball.
Yo, Warlock, hold your fire! This man is not black!
Wait, I need to find... fuck. There's one anime that I want to get into. I just can't remember the name of it.
Poorly lit. Okay, so I actually have watched a few.
Poorly lit sees my shirt and has to ask whether I'm into anime or not.
Okay, so I've seen a few anime. I've seen Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Is that one good?
It was amazing. I liked it so much.
It's a remake of Full Metal Alchemist. That's all.
Yeah, but it's better because the ending's better.
Yeah.
The ending of the first one was trash. The ending of the Brotherhood's better.
They remade Evangelion with the movies. Same kind of thing.
Yeah. So I watched Full Metal Alchemist both. I watched the original and Brotherhood, but I like Brotherhood better. And I watched Naruto and SAO.
I liked the first season of Sword Art.
Yeah. After the first season, it kind of just went like, what?
Because the first season was they're trapped in the game and they have to get out. And then after the first season, it's like, well, I'm going to go back into the dangerous game and see what's going on. And I can out anytime I want. It's like the stakes were all gone.
Yeah.
Another thing I wanted to bring up about The Last of Us 2 before we completely go off that topic. When that game came out, like when the embargo lifted and people were able to watch, or upload their content of it, I went through and watched a bunch of big YouTubers' reactions to the Joel scene, right?
Yep.
So I saw Jacksepticeye, I saw PewDiePie, I saw T Martin, I saw a couple of other guys. I can't remember their names off the top of my head, but all of them were mad. They weren't crying, they weren't sad, they weren't upset. They were mad.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand how getting people mad is a good reaction to your game.
It's such a waste of the idea of having him killed. You could do it so much better.
Mm-hmm.
Have it serve the rest of the story, and it just doesn't. He just goes away. He's killed so that he can go away, and they can make their story, and the fan base doesn't have to be like, "Yo, what happened to Joel?" Because that's just, let's be real, that's what Druckmann wanted to do.
Here's the one I've been wanting to watch. I've been wanting to watch this thing called Hunter x Hunter because it's one of these dudes that I talk to.
I think isn't that on
stuff. I have no idea. I have to check it out. But one of the dudes I watch has been telling me to check it out because he said it's the best one he's watched. So.
Yeah, I remember watching Full Metal Alchemist, the original one. It ran on Adult Swim back in what was it, 02 or 03? I remember watching it.
I said Brotherhood was a better one.
Yeah, he did say that. Diva, you're talking about Sword Art, right? After the first season, the show went to shit. I seen a review of that show recently where apparently the later seasons aren't so bad, but it's one of the big down points of season 1 of Sword Art is the fact that Asuna gets annoying as fuck. Yeah. Every time she walks on camera, she's just crying.
So since we're speaking of anime, I have another topic that I didn't discuss to you guys that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Belle Delphine is back.
Oh, I heard.
The Simp Lord, the commander.
Yep. Now listen, you have to credit her. She has merchandise. She invented simps, and then she figured out how to use them effectively.
Right? Yeah, who said that? Who said that?
She's probably pretty rich right now. She has to be.
She's a millionaire. I'd be confident saying she's a millionaire.
Yeah.
And she's never posted one picture of her asshole.
Nope.
Not one.
Nope. But I don't know if you saw the video she uploaded.
Yeah, we're on live, Mr. Kill. Thank you. I called you Mr. Kill. Kill.
But I don't know if you guys saw the actual video that she uploaded. It was a remix to 6ix9ine's Gooba, the song that he released that got a shit ton of views.
I try not to go anywhere near her.
Well, marketing wise, it was probably one of the smartest ideas she could do to do a fucking copycat on 6ix9ine because of how big 6ix9ine's fucking music was blowing up. He broke the fucking record for most views on a fucking
All right.
Music video.
We're not. We talked about it at the
hip-hop
beginning of
music
the
video.
stream.
Real quick,
24 hours.
I looked it up. Belle Delphine's net worth, not including her Patreon platform, is $500K. So with her Patreon platform, she's making over $1 million guaranteed.
Wardock,
Yeah.
we did talk about Atlanta on fire. We were talking about the cops that shot the man with the taser earlier on. That happened in Atlanta.
The whole police force was like, I ain't going to work.
Pieced out. They burned down a Wendy's. They
all called into the police chief at the same time. Went.
Yeah, exactly. They went. I'm sick.
No, you know what they did? I know exactly. They did like what I did when I used to work in the deli. One time I called up my boss, right? I'm like, yo, I can't come in today. Just like that. He goes, why? I went, I don't wanna. he goes, I'm gonna write you up. I went, okay, see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I've called in before. I'm just like, I can't come in today. What's the reasoning? Personal reasons. Personal reasons.
Fell off. I don't believe you. Too bad. You want me to bring him in?
You need evidence? I got photos.
No, all you got to do is be good at Photoshop and put a flat tire on your car. So yeah, Kill said no. We don't have to credit her for shit. You have to give some credit to Belle Delphine for being as good marketing. Like she's not an idiot. She's not stupid.
No, she's not stupid at all. She's a very smart business person.
Yeah.
My main gripe is with the people who pay her, and I said this since I started. Yeah, I said this since I started criticizing simp culture to begin with.
Yeah,
and I'm very opposed to simp culture. Here's the thing: if you're the women who take advantage of it, they're just doing something that works. They see how it works, and they're taking advantage of a system that's in place. Right? Yep. The problem is you have these weird creepo lonely dudes who some of which are in like their 30s and 40s and have well-paying jobs and are giving large chunks of their income to these women, and they're getting nothing out of it.
Like, have you
most
seen,
of the time? Go ahead.
Have you seen the fucking replies to Pokemon's fucking Instagram posts where it's like, I just donated $500?
I heard some of those might be plants. I don't know if it's true or not, but
some of those could just be meaning plants, though. That's the thing.
Like there was that one that got really famous that was going around where the guy was like, I just got evicted from my apartment so I could give her my last like $4,000 instead of paying my rent. Like, I can't see someone being that stupid. If you actually get evicted, so you could give a fucking person on Twitch your money,
they don't even know who you are. They don't care who you are.
If you actually did that, you need to be put in an insane asylum because you don't understand anything.
You're mentally ill. You are very mentally ill.
And I always bring this up. There's that one cunt who actually let a guy on saying, "Oh, I'm gonna move out to where you are." He lived in LA. She was somewhere in the Midwest. "I'm gonna move out to where you are. We're gonna live happily ever after. It's gonna be great. I just need some money right now to get through until I can, because my mom is kicking me out or whatever the fuck she was saying." She let him on thinking they were in a relationship. Meanwhile, she was just dating some dude at home and she was just blowing all that money on fucking cocaine and shit. Like, you have to understand what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just also, like, with these simps, the thing with Belle Delphine is she doesn't even fucking post like nudes or anything. Like
that's another thing that pisses me off too. That's why
I saw Keemstar post a photo that he was like, she's posting pictures of her feet covered in Doritos. That's what she was posting.
Actually,
people are dropping dump trucks to this shit.
This is my biggest
and loads of dump trucks.
You can use that. You can use way less of that money, like fractions upon fractions of the money you're giving this woman to watch actual pornography if you wanted to.
Hey,
you could watch actual pornography for free.
Exactly.
If you wanted to. And you're giving her thousands of dollars to look at her toes? Bro, sit on a park bench in the summertime. You'll see plenty of toes, I promise you. Like, what the fuck, man? That's why I get pissed off. I want to better men as a whole. I guess that technically makes me an MRA. Whatever. I want to better men as a whole.
Men's rights activists. Yep.
Right. Totally. For wanting people to do the right thing. Just
Biscuit. It all comes back to we're in such a great time. We're creating the weakest of men we've ever seen.
Yes, that's what happens because there's no struggle anymore. Because we're in such a comfortable state as a society. Men become weak.
No,
men are sitting in their houses all day.
Men are becoming the weakest men become the strongest women.
Yeah.
If we're just being honest.
Yeah.
The men just are going weaker and weaker, and now they're becoming women.
Men's rights activist kill.
Yeah.
That is obviously a joke. I hope people aren't gonna get
No,
mad
of course
at
it's a joke.
you have to tell people it's a joke because nowadays anything you've like with the fucking Trump tweets recently where he's literally making jokes about CNN and people are like getting you fucking you're spreading fake news and you're fucking stealing. Does CNN know you're doing this? They should sue you. Like, bro, it's a fucking meme.
Yeah, people can't take a meme. It's ridiculous.
The left can't meme.
Did you see the most
the
recent
far left
Trump
can't
advert,
meme.
Biscuit?
Oh, with the racist baby ticker?
No.
And Twitter actually fact checked the ticker, and we're like,
no, not that
CNN
one.
never ran that.
Not that one.
Well, that's just important anyway, because like, what the fuck? We know they didn't run that. It was a joke.
Yeah, but did you see the fucking advert where his new advert? It's amazing. I just watched it. It's fucking great. It starts out with this fucking woman in her house, and she steps outside, and a man is screaming, "Go! Get out of here! Go!" Right? And she's filming it, and she posts on YouTube, and it's like, this man's a Nazi, and then it shows people finding out where he lives and getting him fired and shit. And then it shows his point of view, where he goes outside, and the dude's car is stuck, so he helps him get the car out by pushing it out, and then he's screaming, "Go!" afterwards, right? Where people's lives are now being ruined and taken out of things are being taken out of context. And this is a perfect segue to Sky fucking Jackson, the dumbass fucking midget.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
Oh, God.
She's shorter than Mex.
How short is she?
She's a midget.
I gotta look her up now.
Sky Jackson.
She's a Oompa Loompa.
She's 5'2".
Yes, I'm taller than her.
Yeah. So she is out here. I don't know if you've heard about this, Max, because I didn't prep you on this one either. Sky Jackson, she's been doxing college students for things that they said and texted.
Minors, incoming college students. They weren't even in college yet.
Yep.
So they're basically I'd say they're basically minors. If you're just getting out of high school,
they're not even 18 yet. Here's the thing. Apparently, they dropped the N word like crazy. From the screenshots I saw, it was with the A. And I don't care what anybody says to me. I always cut the break for the A.
He said N word with an A. Yep. Guacamole penis. That's what he said. And now his LSU.
You can hate me all you want.
His parents got fired. I don't know if you heard about that.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
His parents got fired from their jobs.
Jesus
so
Christ.
she effectively put a motherfucker's whole family into poverty.
His parents are now going to sue her for all her money.
Guacamole penis.
Our parents are going to sue her for defamation. They're going to win, and she's going to be broke, and they're going to become the rich person because every penny she has in the bank is going to be transferred to them. They're going to sue for like $500 million. Why?
They really should. And that's the thing I was saying on Twitter, which Diva saw me responding. I was like, how is nobody suing her? Because doxing people is illegal.
Yep. It's gonna be defamation and for doxing a minor.
Yep. Yeah.
She's gonna get smacked up in court.
Yeah. She really needs to be sued. Like, it's fucking stupid.
This is why I constantly can't stand cancel culture. Even when you're right for like even when somebody did like something rightfully racist or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you're of the train of thought that even saying the N word with the A if you're white is bad. I disagree because I think it's evolved, but you could say whatever you want about that. But let's say you think it's racist, right? So you think he did something terribly, horribly racist by using that word. He's 17. How could you ruin his entire future for a mistake that he made when he was 17?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the problem I have with any of this argument. It's like, oh, he's racist because he said the N-word once. Or maybe twice. It doesn't matter if he said it like 50 times.
He said N-word guacamole penis.
One word doesn't like this guy's racist.
Even if he said it with the hard R, there's a huge difference between saying it and running up to black people on the street and saying it.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference.
He didn't call any black person the N-word. He said N-word guacamole penis. That is his exact fucking quote. Yep. Like, and this is what he is getting his entire fucking life ruined for? Are you
she blows up this kid's spot on Twitter, and the college that he was already accepted to and was going into at the
said this
the
student
fall
will
semester,
no longer be attending.
Yep, replies to her tweeting like this student is no longer incoming in this semester. How do you ruin a motherfucker's life like that? People like that don't care because they're already rich and they didn't need to go to college to make a living for themselves because they got famous.
Yeah, exactly.
They're fucking pieces of shit. You ruined the kid's life and his parents' life. You're gonna put them all out on the street because you decided they were evil for the rest of time.
Yeah.
You have to at least even if it is if you believe and it is objectively something legitimately racist, you have to give somebody even a fraction of a shot to repent for what they did. You can't just say you did one bad thing and you're dead for the rest of eternity.
Exactly.
Not every crime carries a fucking death sentence, motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, how could you do that to somebody? The kid can also sue LSU, probably.
Yeah, he should. Yeah.
Yeah. They kicked the they terminated my membership to the school because of some Twitter stuff, because of defamation. Yeah, you probably can.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know what kind of a case you build or whatever. But yeah.
Let's get Jimmy's dad on the case.
Oh yeah.
Get in contact with the kid. Come on. But I
want 10% as a finder's fee.
the craziest thing though is that the left is supporting her.
It's nuts, dude.
The
It's so
majority
crazy.
of the left is supporting what she did.
Because these Twitter blue check marks and stuff, and and I always say far left. I know I say it a lot. I say it because there's a big difference between far lefty and regular liberal. Like I said about Diva that one time, she's a regular Democrat. There's a big difference, right? Huge. They're fucking. They when I tell you they're out there, they're off the fucking cliff. They're gone. They're donezo. But so these far lefties, this is the kind of world they want to build. They love this cancel culture stuff. Because in their eyes, they're fighting the good fight. That you have to do this now, otherwise racism will just go on. And this is why we have white supremacy in every fucking institution in this country, right? Because we don't call out people for saying the N-word on Facebook.
Can we also say, like, look, when the systematic racism argument comes up, is the college system racist, or against is it racist against minorities? No, it's racist against white people, actually, and Asians. Yeah. Because white people and Asian Americans, even though they might have a higher GPA than you, because of these laws that the government has implemented, now, if you go to that college,
depends on the
they're
state,
gonna, a lot of them, not
Yeah.
I won't say most because I'm not 100% sure, but a lot of the colleges have taken the approach to where even though this person has a lower GPA, they're a minority. We have to fill this quota. Affirmative action.
Yeah. Yep. We didn't sign up enough black kids this semester. So that Asian kid who has an amazing GPA, we have to pass on because we need a black kid.
Yep.
But that's not the way you do things.
You're
supposed to.
The person who's the most qualified. That should be
schools,
anything.
Yeah.
The person who's the most qualified should be the one that gets into the position.
You gotta understand something. Colleges should be taking only the most qualified students, if only because if it's because it's a business, it's a private business, right? So if only for the sole reason that you want to have the smartest students to make sure they all graduate, so that you use that as a selling point to future students to get more money.
Yep.
Like, why would you want to have students that are failing and leaving your school? You want to have like a 98% graduation rate.
Yeah.
Also, going to colleges, there's such a thing as a minority grant. And I get it because I'm a half Mexican. I can be, I'm Latino. I'm a minority, and I get money just because my dad's Mexican.
When I was in high school,
I'll take
there's no white person grant though.
No, when I was in high school, I remember because, like I said, we were very poor when I was growing up. So there was no hope of my parents paying for me to go to college. Zero. Like, I had to drop out of my high school. I went to a Catholic high school for a couple of years. I had to drop out because my parents couldn't pay it. Right? They couldn't pay the tuition every month. Mm-hmm. So when I started my junior year, that's when all your teachers start telling you to start filling out college applications and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And looking for if you're getting ready for a loan, start shopping for loans, student loans and stuff like that. So what I remember, like, because everybody knows, it's just a fact that depending on your race, there's plenty of different grants for certain minorities and whatnot. You just Google it, and it'll, like, a million websites will come out. They'll be like,
hey, Max,
if you fit this criteria, here's $50,000, right?
Hey, Max, so you said, did you get that minority grant?
Yeah.
How hard was it to get it?
Not that hard for me.
Was
it?
It took a few weeks. I had to fill out like some forms. It took a few weeks, but I got it. It wasn't like a huge ordeal.
I imagine it is a process, but I'm not saying it's just like you click enter on your keyboard and you have a check for.
No,
I didn't mean to do that.
You have to describe your situation and all these different things, but it's available for you purely based on the fact that you are a minority and no other reason.
Here's my point. What I did was I went, all right, I'm going to Google to see if there's any Italian American grants, right? There's got to be something out there. I found one. Uno.
Wait.
Do you know how much it was? Do you know how much it was for? $5,000. How am I going to college with $5,000? I ask you.
Wait, was it $5,000 per semester or for the whole 4 years?
One $5,000 grant. That's all you got.
Wow.
If you got approved.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Like that right there. You know how shitty that just made me feel as like a person. It's like now I can't go to college because I don't tick the right boxes to get a fucking grant.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I mean, I don't care about it now anymore. You know, like college is not the be all end all, but it still makes you feel shitty about the system you're in.
Yeah.
Where it's like you don't tick the right boxes, so you're not allowed to apply for any grants.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a bullshit way of doing things. I really do. There should be. You want to do grants? Have a federal grant system or one main grant system, and you give out X amount of dollars per year, and that's it. You get it? You get it. You don't. That's how it should be.
And like I said, these schools should really only be accepting the people with the best of best grades, you know?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be accepting someone solely on the fact that they're of a certain racial ethnicity.
Also, I will say, it's also in some form easier for you to be accepted for a minority grant simply because there's less competition. They're eliminating 50% of the population being like, U50 can't have it, but U50 can.
Did you ever see? Did you? I know a lot of people who aren't traditionally
vocational school.
Yeah. Well, no. There's Italian grade schools and high schools, and there's even no. I know those exist. There's even like I live a few blocks away from a Greek school. I'm not saying they don't exist. What I'm saying is that those don't necessarily get you through college. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What about grants for Guatemalans that look white?
Hey, I'm a Mexican and look white.
Oh, what was I going to say now? I forgot what I was going to say. Shit. I was going to say something else till Kill said that. Oh, man.
It always happens.
Happens. I was on the train of thought, and then Kill said that.
If you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure to hit like because it does share it around more on YouTube.
Yes, sir. Always
put us in the algorithm.
Put that shit on the tweeters.
Yeah. So share us around. Hit the like button. We want to keep.
I was gonna bring up because we were talking about affirmative action. Okay. Yes. I know a lot of people who aren't like center or right a lot of people don't like Steven Crowder because he's like he's conservative. But he had a really good video. He does the Change My Mind videos.
Yep.
He was outside of college and he was talking to a black student, a girl, about affirmative action.
Yep.
One of my favorite ones he ever did because he talked to her about. I just got my fucking thumb drive. Here we go. He talked to her about her situation and her upbringing, how they were very, very poor and they lived in a poor area and all that stuff. And she went to the best high school she could, and she busted her ass on her grades, and she did every extracurricular thing she did so that her grades were as good as possible, so that she could get accepted to a college.
Exactly,
right?
And she felt bad about herself.
Yeah, and he was like, "Doesn't it make you feel bad that there might have been somebody who was more qualified and didn't get it because you were black?" And he's like, "Don't you want to be celebrated for what you did? You don't want to just be gifted things. You want to earn them."
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I do. That's exactly what. Because it feels empty when you're just gifted a position or a job.
Did I earn this? No, you were just giving it to it because you're black.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Oh my mic. You got what I was saying.
Yeah.
Busy always unplugging his fucking mic,
Yeah.
always late to the fucking stream.
You know what it was? It was the air conditioner. I'm not always late to the stream. Fuck you. That was one time.
Okay, yeah. But that's like the big
I was helping my elderly grandfather. Fuck yourself.
I'm just messing with you.
Yeah.
But it's like that's my whole issue is there's never an instance in any portion of your life where you think, oh, just because that person is different, not by their own like merits, just because they are born that way, you should never be like disqualified for that. That's just ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. It's that in itself should be viewed as a form of racism.
It really is.
It is a form of racism.
But nobody calls it that. Which I think is a problem.
Because, like, in most cases, I'm going to say that, like, in a large majority of conservative, Republican-leaning people, right?
Yeah.
Are white, like me, right?
A
lot of those people who would have a problem.
Minority Republicans.
But like a large majority of Republicans and conservatives are white.
You know what I started to learn? So especially
I'm gonna Google this.
But wait,
living in the Bronx.
Can I continue? Which is a little bit.
Yeah.
So a large portion of them are white, and a large portion of the Republicans are silent. They don't come out and talk about the politics all the time. They'd rather keep the politics to themselves, right?
Yep.
When it comes to the left, a lot of the left are very loud spoken about their beliefs. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
And that's why anybody that comes up and says that affirmative action is racist is going to get drowned out by the people saying, yes, we're getting black people in colleges. We're getting Hispanics in colleges. We're getting minorities in colleges. It's going to get drowned out because there's not as many people talking from the other side.
That's true. That's definitely true. What I was saying was because you were saying there's not a lot of minority Republicans.
Yeah.
Yeah, living in the Bronx, I know a lot of Puerto Rican, Dominican people. You know, a lot of Latino people.
Yeah.
And a lot of the really left Latino people, I found out, fucking hate Cubans now.
Yeah.
Because most of the Cubans that came over from there are Republican now because they lived under a communist regime. Mm-hmm. I mean the far lefties who want communism. Like, these guys fucking hate people like Bernie Sanders. They don't want somebody like that in power who would try to start talking about these things, right? And I'm not saying he's an out and out communist, and I'm not saying that the second he got in office, we'd all be living under tyranny.
Yeah.
But the point is, he leans towards socialism.
Yeah.
Right? And they don't want anybody like that in government because they know what happens when that gets taken to the extreme because they lived under it. And so if you look into it, you see a lot of left-leaning Latinos trash fucking like Miami Cubans and Florida Cubans for being Republican and liking Donald Trump or anybody who's not like the far lefty guy of the day, right? Yep. It's actually really funny. It's like I can't fucking stand these motherfuckers. They just, you know, they think they're special because they lived under a communist. They don't understand anything. No, they don't understand anything. They lived under communism for what, fucking 60 years or whatever it's been.
Come on, exactly. Most people that come directly from another country to the U.S.
And that's not to say those people who come here are gonna be outright Republican or anything.
Yeah.
That's just saying they don't like communism.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people who come from other countries to the U.S. love the U.S. for its politics, right?
Yeah.
They love the freedom that they get that you wouldn't get anywhere else. You don't get the freedom of speech in any other fucking country. I don't care what the fuck you say. I'm not being arrested for something I tweet, right?
Yep.
Versus if you fucking tweet something bad in fucking the UK.
England.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Or in Canada.
You get the constable. The constable shows up to your house. So I gotta take you in because you said a mad thing on a mean thing on fucking Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh man. Kill. We don't need people in college. We need jobs that people can live off. That's a big thing that I've been saying for a long time. And people might get mad when you say this, but I think we've largely been lied to by the media we watch.
Yeah.
And I don't just mean I know everybody always says fuck the media, but I mean in general for the past 20, 30 years where everything is go to college. And don't get me wrong, you should if you can.
Me and Mex talked about
definitely
this.
Go to college.
Me and Mex talked about this, right? Where when you're in high school, every fucking other day once you're a senior, what college are you going to? Have you decided? Have you looked at colleges? What?
Yeah.
You don't need college to live a good life. Honestly, let me explain from my viewpoint, right? I lived in my car for a little bit, right? I didn't have a place to stay, right? Living in my car was actually not as bad as a lot of people would make it out to be.
Well, look at those people who buy like a Ford van and just turn it into a one-bed apartment.
Exactly.
Oh, dude, it's people like pimp out their like vans to look like amazing inside. You just like live off of that. It's not that bad.
And you don't have to pay rent. Like, you know how much money you save?
You have no rent.
I see a guy on YouTube.
All you need.
I see a guy on YouTube who owns a business and just lives in his van because it's cheaper.
all you need is a fucking gym membership. Go to the gym, take your shower. You fucking get up. You get in your car. You go to work. You go home. You sleep in your fucking car. You take a shower in the morning at the gym. Just get a 24-hour gym membership and a car, and you're fucking. I mean,
don't get me wrong. A house is obviously better.
Oh, well, of course.
Kill said. You guys already touched on this, but we don't need people in college. Nations. No, we don't need people in college.
Laborers are more important than people who work in a Fortune 500 company. Yes. Because we need more laborers than we need CEOs.
Yes.
Yeah, but the issue is that people, like, at least the way the economy's been built so far, is you're expected to be paid a certain amount because you worked a certain amount of time in college or in whatever.
Well, that's what it is. It's an investment. You're putting in. You're expected to get a return upon the investment on that education.
Here's the great thing I like about my job, right? I work on commission basis. I earn how much money I make. If I don't sell shit, I don't make any money. But if I work my ass off and I sell a bunch of shit, I make good money. Like good money.
That sounds like vagrancy. Fucking kill.
So like
people, I seen the thing. Go ahead, finish.
If you can find a job like that, my job doesn't require a college degree. My job, all it requires is a high school diploma, which 99% of people are going to get in the U.S., right?
Yeah.
Well, that's all it requires.
Kill was saying people with a degree in liberal arts. The funny thing about that, I seen a thing that apparently this has been happening in Australia, they're decreasing the tuition costs of programs that are guaranteed to get you a decent paying job, right? So a program that's a law program or a medical program or some kind of business program, right? Those costs are being decreased, and if you're majoring in like liberal arts or gender studies, those prices are being increased because the way they're looking at it, and I think this is fucking genius. The way they're looking at it is, if you get that liberal arts degree, you're not contributing to the economy of your country because you're not getting a job that's going to move the economy. You can't do it. The only thing you can do is be a professor and then make more of you, right? It's the only thing you can do. Whereas if you get a business degree or a law degree or whatever, you're creating money in the economy by doing that. Yeah. You're keeping the country sustained by working that kind of a job. So I think that's fucking genius. I think every country should adopt that fucking system.
Well, and then also like with this fucking with colleges, right? A lot of these liberal left-leaning people, I guarantee you aren't like, because a lot of them complain about the minimum wage whenever they get out of college. They're like, minimum wage needs to be raised, blah 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 blah.
No,
right? Listen, if you really want to make good money, like really good fucking money, go to fucking college for petroleum engineering. It is the top-paying fucking degree.
Yep.
Like every single motherfucker that gets out of petroleum engineering and goes into a job in that field is making hella fucking money.
But the biggest lie that people have been told is you should enjoy your job more than enjoying your job is more important than the amount of money you make. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Well, I think
you do not work. You should enjoy your job a little bit, but it should not be
a balance. Right. There needs to be a balance, I think.
If I don't like my job, but I'm making $200K a year, you better bet I'm gonna pick that job over a job I'm making like $20K, but having a great time.
So I hate my $350,000 a year job, so I'm gonna quit it to go work at McDonald's for $8,000.
Yeah. At least I like it though. But no, that's just like it's stupid. I disagree with anyone who says I might not make the most, but at least I'm happy. No, you can be happy with the money you earn.
My job now, I'm making more money than I've ever made at any other job, and it might not be my favorite job I've ever had. But I still have a way, like I still enjoy what I do.
Well, here's the good thing. Even like I said, there's gonna be a point where you want to buy a house, or maybe you have a kid or something. You're gonna want to make more money at some point for a vast majority of reasons. Yeah, it's gonna happen. So at the very least, what you're doing is you're building a resume in sales, right?
Yeah.
So you can use that now. You can go into auto sales, insurance sales, wherever you want to go, and make more money than what you're making now. When you decide the time is right. So unless you become like higher up management in Verizon, which
that's what I'm working on.
But I was saying, if you don't do that, you now have a resume in sales, so you can use that to go on to sell other things and make better money than you make.
I have full record of all my sales for every pay period, every 2 weeks.
That's fucking important. I noticed that especially too in the auto industry, they want to see what your fucking numbers were like.
Yep.
So that's very important. Yep. Most of the government service jobs in the U.S. only require a high school diploma. Exactly. Being a mailman is fine. And you make what? What do you make?
Garbage,
60 grand a year?
Garbage. Working and fucking picking up garbage. Yeah. Like you make a fucking good amount of money doing that.
Yeah. People take. There was a meme a long time ago, where it's like, I remember when I was a kid and I was walking across the street, and my mom pointed at the garbage man and was like, "You need to go to college so you don't end up like him." But she never told me that he made more than her.
I disagree with the minimum wage needs to be raised in some states. I live in a state right now, and I used to live in North Carolina where the minimum wage was the lowest is the federal minimum, which was $7.25 an hour, right?
Yeah.
And as I've seen from going up into New York and the northern states, right?
Yeah.
Generally, where the minimum wage is higher, gas prices and food and everything else tends to be more expensive. It's called inflation.
Cost of living always goes up when the amount of the lowest minimum wage increases.
The minimum wage only went up in New York City in the state.
Yeah, exactly.
So in Westchester and every place up north, you could still make $8 an hour.
Yeah.
I think it's $8.50 minimum here or whatever, but it's not 15.
That might even hurt the state even more if like only one portion increases their minimum wage. And the rest don't.
Yeah,
it's going to still increase the cost of living around that state, not just around that place, not just in it. So people outside who still have to work minimum wage are their costs go up.
Kill makes point. If you enjoy your job, it's easier to do. That's the idea. Which again, I think makes sense. There definitely needs to be a balance.
Yeah,
Mex was just trying to illustrate the point that what happens is people take that idea and they say, "I can work a job for $2.50 an hour, and it's okay because I like it."
Yep.
Yeah, no.
Which is different. No, you want to make a living. You want to make a good living. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should enjoy your job to some capacity. There should be some enjoyable aspects, but the primary goal of your job is not to make you happier. The primary goal of your job is to make you money
and make the rest of your life happier.
Yes.
If you have kids, give your kids a good life. Send them to a good school. Put your wife in a nice, safe, good car that doesn't have 600,000 miles on it.
Yeah, my I talk about my dad again. My dad worked 3 jobs when me and my brother and sister were like very young. Yeah. We didn't see much of him at all, but because of how hard he worked now, we are in so much better spot than we were back then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like because he didn't enjoy his jobs that much at all back then, but he worked so hard to make
Pepsi?
Future so much brighter.
Yeah.
You talking about Pepsi Max?
Yeah, Pepsi, Home Depot, and when they lived in California, Six Flags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah. I mean, you don't have to enjoy your job. Like, you don't have to enjoy 100% of your job. Like, look, where I work in sales right now, we have this thing called Salesforce where we have to fucking make calls, cold calls, right? Mm-hmm. That is, I hate doing it. It's like the least
cold calls sucks. Yeah,
cold calls are absolutely fucking horrible. I hate doing them, right?
Yeah.
So that's like
because you know what it is. It's 99%.
But you know what?
99%. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, but you know what? I do it because I do enjoy the rest of my job, and I like, and that's something I have to do if I want to keep my job.
I'm surprised you cold call Verizon. What do you cold call for?
You cold call mainly. We're not cold calling to like sell over the phone. We're cold calling to get people to come into the store, so that way we can sell once they're in the store. We're trying to bring in traffic.
Do you call people who are already Verizon customers or are like ready for an upgrade or something?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So
that makes sense.
We have a list of people who are eligible for upgrades. And then we can call them and we'll tell them, hey, come to the store so we can look and see what we can do for you.
Yeah, so it's like, hey, we just want to let you know you're ready for an upgrade if you want a phone. Yeah. I get you.
But like the main thing is like especially right now with 3G phones, because all the 3G is going away, I have to call and be like, hey, you have a 3G phone. That phone's going to stop working at the end of this year. You need to come in and get a new one. Yeah. Like they have to. So that's me to let them know ahead of time.
For those people, it's not even that big a deal. Like they can just come get a $50 phone.
That'll work. And then with them, like most of the time, they have like a free phone on their account if they have a 3G still.
Yeah.
So
yeah, see, like Elsie Clement, she says, "Oh, I hate my job, but I love the pay I get." Yeah, like
Elsie, I'm on escalated calls for federal student loans. Oh God, your day must be terrible. I just sigh and shake my head and tune out all the curse words and tell them you still owe $150,000.
Yeah, but like, see, like it's like that common question.
How many people call you and are like absolutely fucking pissed that they have to pay for their fucking gender studies degree?
Yeah, I took out a $200,000 loan so I could study women's dance theory.
No.
And I'm working at Starbucks. Liberal dance theory. And I'm working at Starbucks. How can I possibly pay back this loan on $9 an hour? That's why they complain about the minimum wage. That is exactly why they do it.
Yeah. But he said, oh, I hate my job, but I love the pay I get. Bro.
So you think cold calling should be illegal? I mean, I guess that's an interesting conversation.
Here's the thing, Kill. Here's the thing with the cold calls. Everybody in our system has opted to be put into the system. It's not like they know that they are eligible to be called, and when we call them, they can tell us on the phone that they want us to put them on the no call list, and they won't show up anymore.
Yeah.
So it like I try my hardest to be respectful about it because I don't want to get cussed
out.
It always sucks. Yeah. So I'm always like, hey, I'm just calling to let you know we're running some deals. You are eligible for an upgrade, so if you want to come to the store, I can help you out. My name's Josh. And then hopefully they come in. I've actually had quite a few people actually come in from it.
Well, there you go. About 75% of the time is degree yelling and 25% is dumbass mortgage calls. Well, it's not always pointless calling, Kill. Sometimes you do make a sale because like there's some industries where...
Like I said, Kill, a lot of the time they do come in and actually end up getting something. And a lot of times, like, these people on here have, like I said, 3G phones. Like, their phones are going to cut out. So we have to call them and let them know.
You say that every time, Kill said. You always tell them?
Oh, yeah. No.
You tell them if they complain, probably.
Yeah, so if they start getting, like, if they seem like they're uninterested, I'll be like, do you want me to put you on the no-call list? And then they'll say yes. And I'll put them on the no-call list. Like, because normally if you call them, you can hear it in their voice and they're, like, not interested. Right?
I don't even care about a cold call that much. I just care about bot calling. Bot calling is what gets me.
Bot calling is worse than an actual person.
Yeah, because if it's an actual person cold calling me, like once I answer the phone, right?
Yeah.
And like the person is like, yo, do you want to refinance your mortgage? I can just be like, no, stop calling me. Whether they do or not, I can just hang up my phone. It's 3 seconds out of my day to suck my balls.
Like me calling like if I call somebody and they fucking curse me out, I immediately put them on the no call list immediately. Like I'm not gonna let them get called back over and over.
You know what I would do? I would call him back the next day.
So, sir, have you thought about the promo?
The thing about like, the thing about bot calls though is like bot call always has like press 1 if you want to speak to a representative, and then you fucking press 1. No, I always fucking press 1 so I can talk to these motherfuckers. And
you know my favorite
always
bot calls
an Indian person every single fucking time.
My favorite bot calls are the bot calls that speak in an American accent, but you can tell that the script was written by an Indian person. Because the bot is like, press 1 to speak operator now. Always.
Yo, LC, I know exactly what you're talking about with that. Because we also get calls to the store a lot about people asking questions and stuff. And look, I'm an in-store representative. I'm not allowed to pull your account up over the phone. It's not, like, I can get in trouble for it, right?
Yeah.
So people will call in and be like, hey, can you pull up my account and see if this and this and this? And I'm like, nah, I can't. If you come to the store, I can. Or you can call customer service.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I understand if you want to call your phone company to ask them a question about your account or something.
But call customer service, not the store.
Why are you calling the retail store? You're supposed to call the fucking customer service number. Like, I have Verizon too. I can open the My Verizon app, right? Even if I don't know the number. And when you open the app, it's like, contact us right at the top of the app.
No, you don't even have to do that. If you don't even have, because a lot of people don't use that My Verizon app, surprisingly. But
I love that app,
dude. It's so nice. No, but like a lot of people don't have the app. All you have to do is type into Google Verizon customer service number, and it pops up top of the screen, big fucking text.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, Kay?
Carissa, what's up? I'm sorry I've not been around lately. I was talking to you in Discord about it.
But yeah, dude, it's like crazy that like yesterday I got cursed out at work about 6 times, and I had one dude. I'm gonna explain this story. So we have phones, right, Biscuit, that we order for people, and it comes with their name on it. Like we can't sell it to anybody else.
Right.
And we ordered this phone for this guy, but for some reason the phone glitched, and it still showed up in the system for somebody to place on as a pickup order, right?
Right.
So it gets placed as a pickup order. All we see is the order number. We can't see his phone number or anything. So we have to cancel it because the other person's coming to pick up their phone that they ordered.
Yeah.
So then we get a call back, and he's like, hey, I was just wondering if that phone is ready for me to come pick up. And I'm like, oh. Yeah. So we actually had to cancel that order because we can't sell that to you because it was ordered for somebody else already.
Yeah.
So I explained this to him like 3 times because he doesn't
seem
to
be
be
getting it. The system. It came into your store and then it showed up as regular stock on the website.
Exactly.
Glitch on the website.
Exactly. Yeah. So so I call. So I'm talking to him. I explained it to him like 3 times what happened. We hang up. About 20 minutes later, I get another call. I pick up the phone. Hi, this is Josh. How can I help you? Right? It's his mom. Yep. He told his mom, and she's like, so why did you go and sell the phone that my son placed on a pickup order under him when you could have just saved it for him? I was like, no, ma'am, that's not what happened. What happened was, and I explained the same shit to her, and then an hour later, I get another call, and I pick it up. I say, hey, this is Josh. Nobody talks, so I hang up the phone after like 30 seconds. The phone rings again. I pick it up. I'm like, hey, this is Josh. How can I help you? He's like, are you the only one working today? I was like,
he was trying to get a different person. No, that fuck up.
It's his fucking dad.
Oh my god.
He got his mom and his dad to call me.
Bro, he just pulled like a elementary school, like we're in like a football. This kid's bullying me.
His dad tried to get somebody other than me.
His dad was like, we know the guy's name is Josh, so we're going to keep calling until somebody who's not Josh picks up the phone, and they'll get you your phone. Like,
so I'm like, no, I'm not the only one working. My manager's here, but she's busy with a customer right now. He's like, I'll hold for however long it takes. Put him on hold. He sits for 30 minutes. He talks really fucking nice to my fucking manager, though, right? Yeah. Trying to be all sweet. And he's like, yeah, and then I overhear the conversation. He's like, yeah, Josh, something needs to happen with Josh because that seems kind of grimy the way he was doing things. And I'm like, bro, I didn't even fucking cancel it. My boss is the one who fucking canceled your order because we can't sell it to you. I told him he could come in and we could order one for him. It would take 2 days to ship. That's all I can fucking do.
Customer service sucks.
Oh, my God.
Trust me.
This was Deej's mini therapy session.
Oh my God,
bro,
I had to vent, bro.
I actually that happened to me every day when I worked in the deli. Retail is retail, bro.
Yeah.
It's all the same fucking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
parents
ridiculous.
calling for account holders is the worst. You were absolutely 100% correct, especially when the parents are older than the age of 45. Because when you're working in the phone business, people over the age of 45 don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
No.
If I'm being honest.
I actually had a similar experience like a few days ago.
Yeah.
I work at Paint sometimes at Home Depot, and another store called saying, "Hey, you have this certain type of paint in 2 gallons." Yeah, we do. It's like 7:30 and we close at 8.
Yeah.
So the customer comes in at like 8:50. I mean, at 7:50. And is like, oh yeah, I'm here for 10 gallons of this other paint.
10 gallons.
And I was like, oh, sorry, we don't have that. We have. They told me to get 2 gallons of this paint. No. I was there. They said 10 gallons of this paint. I'm like, okay. Well, I go back there, check again. Like, we don't have it. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we have 10 1 gallons because she wanted 2 5 gallons. We have 10 1 gallons. She's like, well, I could have. She just went off, and I was like, great.
That's what happened.
Great.
Parents,
the other people screwed up, and now it's my fault.
I always tell the story about when I was in the deli, and like, so we had this brand of American cheese, right?
Yeah.
The store brand, and then there was a brand under a different name, but the store, the corporation for the store owned both brands, so they were essentially the same cheese inside 2 different wrappers.
Okay.
That's just the way it worked, because there was one that said the store name and one that was just a separate name, but the corporation owned both of them. I guess they bought them out at some point, right?
Yeah.
So they were the same cheese in 2 different wrappers. So the guy goes, I want the store one because that was the cheap one, right? I said, okay, no problem. That one was all gone, so I gave him the one with a different logo on it, but I know it's the same cheese, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I start slicing it, and this guy is like looking over the counter, and he starts yelling at me. And he's like, that's not the cheese I wanted. I went, bro, yes it is. He went, no, it's not. I wanted the store one. I went, it is the store one. He goes, I can see the logo from here. You just did that because you're too lazy to open the cheese. I went, my friend, first of all, that cheese is gone. Number 1.
We don't have the cheese.
Yeah. Number 2, this cheese is the same cheese. I know you see a different logo, but it's the same one. I promise you. I'm like, here, you can try a slice because, you know, when you're working there, you're allowed to do that. I'm like, you can try a slice, and I will bet you every penny of my minimum wage that it is the same cheese as the one that you wanted. He's like, no, I don't care. I want that one. I was like, well, then I can't help you. I was like, you're either going to take it or you're not. And he's just screaming and screaming. So there was the only full-time worker technically counted as my superior who was on staff, even though she wasn't manager, right? So she comes over, she gets in the middle, and she's like, listen, he's telling the truth. Like, you know, she explains the same thing I explained. It's the same fucking thing.
Yep.
Right? And she's like, he'll slice it for you, and, you know, that's the only thing we can do. And as they're arguing, I'm still slicing it, right?
Yeah.
And he's getting louder and louder and more aggressive with her than he was with me. So by this point, I'm done slicing the cheese, right?
Yeah.
So I put it in the bag, and I fucking chuck it at him from the other side of the deli. And I scream, I say, take your cheese and get the fuck out of my deli, right? It smacks him in the chest. He grabs it and he goes, well, and he just walks away. Every customer just starts going like this.
Yeah. Yo, going back to what LC said. LC said something about when the parents called but the other person's not authorized. Look, I work at the phone store. We try to pull up accounts for people, and they're not like half the time. Most of the time, it's couples, right? It's an older woman and older man. The older woman comes in most of the time because the man is usually the account holder, like 99% of the time. The wife comes in, and then I type in the account. She gives me the PIN. I type in the PIN. The account user comes up, and I'm sitting looking at a woman, and the name comes up, and it's Mark or fucking like Richard. And I'm like, I look at her. I'm like, I'm guessing you're not Richard. They'll be like, no, I'm not. That's my husband. I'm like, so you're not authorized on the account, so there's nothing I can do. I can't pull it up or go in or anything. It's actually literally illegal for me to do so. I can be arrested for it. So I tell them that, and then they always, every single time without fail, they start fucking snapping and being like, what do you mean you can't pull it up? I'm on the account. I have the phone right here. This is my ID. It's my husband. I'm like, you're not authorized. You got to call your husband, tell him to either come in here with you and I'll add you, or he can call customer service and they can add you. But right now, there's nothing I can do for you. And they'll start screaming. I'll be like, all right, well, you can just leave because I can't help you. Nothing I'm able to do. Literally zero things. Biscuit, I'm surprised you didn't smash the guy through a window with all the Italian rage possible.
Yeah.
Dude, he's an
I
Italian
don't
working
wanna
in a
get
deli. Of
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, that's why it was really funny because even all my friends would say, like, of course that's where you would go to work.
Yeah.
You fucking Ginzo, you went right to the deli.
Biscuit, was there any type of repercussions for what you did, or they just like?
Listen, he said he was gonna go talk to the manager or call corporate or whatever the fuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
I never got notified. I was like, listen, you go tell him. Go tell him whatever you want. Run your mouth all day long. I was yelling at him as he was walking around. I was like, I didn't do nothing. I was like, and all my coworkers and all the customers there were like, no, you were getting abused. It's like I did nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I cut you your fucking cheese, bro.
Yeah. My boss has told me, and she's like, look, if somebody's like abusing you, just yelling and screaming and cursing and stuff, the second they say a curse word at you, you ask them to stop cursing and calm down. And if they continue to do it, you tell them to leave.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
and
if they still continue, call the cops.
Yeah, and if they still continue and they don't leave, then you can call the cops and get them on trespassing.
Yep.
Because once you ask them to leave, they have to leave.
Yeah, I had several old people call and say what amazing service I gave. So I guess that worked in my favor too. Maybe he did call and they were just like, "Ah, fuck this guy."
So the silver foxes were after you.
Yeah, pretty much. That's so used to this weird thing where if you got like a customer call in and say you were amazing to corporate, you would come into work one day and there'd be a little envelope with your name with a little silver star to put next to your name tag.
You know what's really funny?
But
I got a letter from the CEO of the company, right?
Yeah.
2 months after my birthday, wishing me a happy birthday.
Sorry,
a little late there, bud.
Like, bro, you were a little bit late on that one.
Appreciate it, but
Theo makes a good point. In a deli, he has knives up the ass. I doubt anyone would push to it. Yeah, exactly. Step back here and watch what happens, bro.
Fucking put their hand on the slicer.
I did that. I actually cut the tip of my finger off. I think I've said this. Like,
yeah, you have.
One finger on each hand. I did. Once because I was flirting with a girl. Once because it was in my house. I have a slicer, and I was watching a movie while cleaning it. Yep. The best was when the girl I was talking to noticed. She looked down and then just walked away.
She's like, "Yeah, this guy's incompetent."
And then when I finally came back to work, it was like 3 weeks off or whatever. Yeah, because I couldn't use my hand because the whole hand was bandaged. When I finally came back, she had quit.
She's like, "This guy's weird. I'm leaving."
The student loan customer service is interesting to say the least. Well, Biscuit simping. No, I wasn't simping. I was flirting and not paying attention to what I was doing. There's a difference.
K, file for borrower defense to repay to get the loan discharged.
The first school. Oh, wait. Let's go ahead. The first school I went to was for criminal justice. Turns out the school was corrupt and they were shut down by the Department of Education. See, yeah, like if that happens, that loan should just disappear because what the fuck?
Yeah,
the school was shut down.
It wasn't a legitimate education.
Yeah,
I got a loan to get educated, not to get corrupted.
Yeah, like that's definitely something. Well, I guess what you would do is you would sue the former owner, and then he would pay you, and you'd use that to pay off the loan. I guess, right?
Or do what LC Clement said and say file for borrower defense and to repay to get the loan discharged.
Took a while because the Department of Education lost my paperwork.
Yeah,
Department
of Education is a it's just a massive
Yep.
All right, so we've been going for about 2 hours now. Do you guys have any other topics you want to bring up? Anything else for the week?
I think that's it.
All right.
We had a lot of fun.
Also,
I
actually,
love how this stream is just us breaking balls and talking about whatever's on.
100%. I feel I like the free flowing nature of it. I think it's really good.
Yeah.
I like the new layout.
I definitely like it.
Again, make sure you guys leave a like on it so that way we can do this more because I really want to keep this thing going like week after week after week.
Yeah.
It's really fun for us to do. It kind of gives us a chance to all vent about the shit that's going on in this world. So.
Hold on, LC. I'll give free advice to you guys. If the school is fraudulent, you have to file for discharge or you can get all the money you paid back. Thank you, LC.
Thank you.
Appreciate.
Yeah.
Max, you might need to know that.
Yeah. WC is going down.
All right, so if you guys enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe for sure
Yes,
because
sir.
we're gonna be doing this
Share
every Saturday at 8 p.m. as long as Biscuit's on time.
Fuck you.
We'll see you guys next time. Biscuit's gonna be streaming with Diva tomorrow. Go check that out for sure. And then Biscuit said he might do a solo stream on Monday. Hopefully Ratchet and Clank. I'm hoping, please.
Well, see, I got a couple things to do.
Yeah,
I should be around tonight.
And then hopefully sometime either next week or the week after, I'll be getting The Last of Us 2 review out on this channel. So We'll catch you guys next time. Got a lot of content coming from all of us, except Mex doesn't do his own content, but he's here with us. I'm
just a minority point.
Yeah, he is our virtue signal.
Me and Deej put the podcast together, and we were like, "Bro, we need a brown guy."
We need a brown guy, and that's why they have me, so I can bring my dad in here, who's actually Mexican.
His dad comes in with a fucking mariachi guitar and a sombrero.
Bro, I actually have a sombrero hanging up like in our kitchen.
You have to wear it.
I have one too. I'm not even Mexican.
No,
I have one.
Give me 1 second. Give me one
He's
second.
gonna grab it.
Oh, man, hold on. We can't take the string down.
We can't take the string down until we see the sombrero. It has to. Yeah. He's gonna look 100 times more Mexican. Oh, there's his dog.
He's gonna grow a mustache when he puts it on.
Dude, all he can grow is a mustache. He doesn't grow beard hair. He literally just grows a mustache.
That's funny. Night Italian Stallion DJ Max. He's coming back in a second night. There it is. There it is, folks.
So, you guys like?
Max is the guy on the bottle of Tabasco sauce.
Tapatio. Yeah, this is the sombrero.
That's great.
All right. Thank you guys for coming by. We're gonna do this more. We'll catch you all next time. Biscuit, do the honors.
I'll take it.